In today's video, we're going to show you 2 ways that you can fix a leaking tap. And let's screw this in. Alright, so here is your cartridge and here's the valve, and that's how it opens the water flow and closes. Once you screw this piece into your tap, grab your plastic, transparent O-ring, and now we're going to feed this through the hole in your sink. Next, we're going to put our black washer and then our nut underneath. So as we're tightening it, we're making sure that this O-ring doesn't come out of any of the edges. What's good, everybody? Welcome to Investor Theory, where we talk about business, real estate, and investing. So if you've ever been faced with a faucet leak like this, today I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can fix it. One, by actually fixing it. Alright, so here's what the cartridge looks like. And then the other by swapping out the old faucet for the new. The first thing you need to do is you need to turn off the water. Now, depending on your valving system, you may or may not be able to do it right under the sink. If you don't, then you need to find the main valve for the water in your house and you need to turn that off. There's nothing worse than water pouring when you're trying to fix it. This is how the valves look connected under this sink. And then there's another one right over here. Now, the next thing you want to do is click that like button because it helps the algorithm. All right, now that you've done that, let's continue. Every single faucet is going to have a different placement of how to take the knobs off. In our case, it's underneath. Most of the time, it's Allen keys. Here's the key that we're going to be using. Again, if the water is off, you don't have to worry about much. There you go. So this is how this works. Now, if you look on the inside of your handle, you're going to notice little grooves. That is what clasps onto this part right here. When you press it on, it grabs it and it turns it. Now, this whole piece assembly is referred to as the cartridge, and it does come out. So this is what controls the water valve on the inside. You can just take this out. Alright, so here is your cartridge and here's the valve, and that's how it opens the water flow and closes it. Right? You can't really fix the cartridge. The only thing you can do is replace it. There's some certain things you can check. For example, this part comes off. There's a washer in here, but if it's not leaking out from here, then really it's the cartridge. So the first thing you can do is obviously tighten this up. So if this doesn't stop your leak, well, then you're sort of forced to get a new cartridge. So let's tighten this back up. If that doesn't work, which in our situation it doesn't, we need to take the entire faucet off and, well, replace it with a new one. This is a chrome faucet. We got this for $25 on Amazon. Normally it goes for $50. It comes in nickel, brush, and other colors. All the water controls are located right in here. So you can see that the hot is on this side and the cold is on this side. So when you're actually screwing in your water lines, they will go in here. So cold will go in here, and then the hot will go in here. Now this is going to be placed here with an O-ring that they provided you with. So this would go here like this. Right. So this is going to go into your water lines, and then the top portion is going to tighten under, in our case, the basin underneath here. So this is what's going to make sure that this faucet doesn't actually move. And of course the gasket is going to come underneath, so if the water does decide to trickle down here, it's not going to go and travel underneath. You can also use some Teflon, obviously wrap it around here. That's how we're going to swap out this faucet. Let's take a look under the sink and how it looks. Here's your main drain for the sink, right? It goes in here, the water travels through here. This is what we need to unscrew next because this is what's connected. We also need to unscrew this piece right here, this one that's actually holding the faucet attached to the basin sink. So whoever installed this must have done this before they put the sink down. We are gonna have to remove the basin itself. So we're using plastic tools because this is a glass top. So the first step is to remove the basin sink. If it's silicone in place, gently remove it. Next step is to undo our water lines. Okay, so we're gonna go and undo this. Now there is an extension here. Usually you're not going to have an extension valve like this. So usually this is going to be connected to the main line, but in this case you can see that there's an extension that they used to connect it. Alright, a little more water on that one. Now we can go and remove the drain. So we're gonna unscrew this, and this thing is moving. As long as this comes out, we're golden. So let's pull the sink up now. So this is what the sink looks like. So as you're changing this, you can see that it's probably a good idea to maybe swap this guy out. But let's focus on the tap. So to remove this, we're going to be using our Husky adjustable grip. You can see that it's amazing because you can set the different levels of grip. So it's really good for bolts like this. I'm going to leave a link in the description if you guys are interested in buying this. So now we have to find a way to undo this, and we're going to go counterclockwise. There we go. Not too hard. Alright, that's probably enough. And now we hold the faucet in place and then just take this off. Now we pull this out. So push one out, and then the other, and then this comes off. So here's your gasket. Let's check it. So this has probably been installed for about 10 years. So the washer has held up pretty nicely overall. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean the silicone off all the edges, clean the bottom base, the glass base, and then we're gonna go and attach the tap faucet. All right. So let's take the next one out. All right, so now we're gonna go and install these. Very simple assembly. 2 water lines go in here. This is the hardware provided. So here are the water lines. They're easily labeled blue and red. Your hot is on the left. So we're gonna take the hot and we're gonna screw it in right here. Okay, we're gonna just tighten this just a little. Next, let's grab our cold water. Now you don't want to turn these too hard. You could actually break this steel braided wire and it's going to start leaking. Don't turn it too much. Next, take our metal pipe, make sure that the top stopper is up top, and feed these through. All right. And let's screw this in. Once you screw this piece into your tap, grab your plastic, transparent O-ring, and now we're going to feed this through the hole in your sink. Next, we're going to put our black washer and then our nut underneath. So as we're tightening it, we're making sure that this O-ring doesn't come out of any of the edges. And then we're going to be using our Husky to tighten it up. All right, make sure it looks straight and it doesn't turn. And let's go mount this now. All right, now we did take these out from underneath the drain to clean and replace the gaskets. So we're going to hook these up. Put them in the flange, hook up the water lines, turn on the water. Hopefully everything is great, and we're done. Now this is counterclockwise, and then the bottom one is clockwise. And this will make sure that it doesn't move around. Okay, top seems to be good. All right, let's hook up the water. If you're experiencing any leaks on here, you can always try Teflon. If that continues to be the problem, you may need to swap out your water lines because they do sometimes, if you turn them the wrong way or bend them too much, they will actually break. So we're turning this on and this, and it sounds like there is water. And let's turn on the final tap here. Okay, so I heard some water. Absolutely no leaks. Let's turn this on. So there's obviously a leak here somewhere. Oh, well, the leak is because I clearly didn't hook that up. So that's my stupidity. But let's try it on here. And we are not seeing any leaks. So that's good. No leaks in here. Let's test the water. So we are on hot now. All right, so that's how to install brand new faucets in your washroom. I hope you learned something. If you have, do me a favor, click that like, click that bell, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.